In the next few video tutorials, you will learn how to reinforce slabs with mesh reinforcement. Here we have already prepared all necessary cross sections needed to place the reinforcement in the slab. So one horizontal and one vertical cross section. So we can input the area and the height of each reinforcement layer. There are already created drawing files for sections and slab reinforcement in the building structure, and the drawing file 1003 is set to current. In the middle of the action bar, you can find all necessary commands for mesh reinforcement modeling. First, there are commands for placing a singular mesh by defining its shape in one cross section and defining the placing line in the other section. It is very similar to bar shape command, so we can skip this step for now. Go to span placement command for area reinforcement input. While you are in command reinforcement, keep in mind that you would probably want to change the reinforcement layer in the palette window. So if you want to specify layer for reinforcement, simply change it here. Choose the mesh reinforcement at bottom layer. Tick the option for pen, line and color in upper part of this window. This means you will take these properties from the selected layer. Now return to span reinforcement command. You need to define span placement by clicking on all edge points of the slab element, similar as the rebar wall reinforcement. You need to think about the concrete cover and input the value in command line, so -3 centimeters. Right now the value is -3 centimeters, so just confirm it with the enter key. If you start inputting points on slab edges, you can notice that black dashed line falls out of the slab margins and need to be inside the slab element. So click on the arrow button to go back few steps and change the offset to +3 centimeters. Now click on all slab edges in horizontal section. When you are done, press the escape key to continue with the command. You can see that the prefix of concrete cover is important and depends on the direction of entering point, clockwise or counterclockwise. Now go to span placement window. Do not enter the opening for now. Do it later with specific command which lets you to cut the meshes. Click on support depth box and go to the vertical cross section. In the vertical cross section, you need to click on slab edge so that box support depth takes over the height value. This value is height of bottom slab edge of 273 centimeters. Check if the value component thickness is set to 20 centimeters, which is the thickness of the slab. Leave the concrete cover at bottom as 3 centimeters. This means you will place meshes in lower zone of the slab element. You can see preview of these values in vertical section, displayed with the dashed yellow line. If you are satisfied with the parameters, click on OK. Meshes are already placed in horizontal section. Properties of these meshes can be defined in the span placement window. By clicking on the name of the mesh, you can change its type. Here you can set the values for longitudinal and transversal overlaps. Next, you can change the placing length and placing angle. You can also define the starting length and starting width of the first mesh. Allplan will automatically fill these fields, but you can make changes if needed. With this option, you can switch start point of mesh placement. Here you can define flush or non-flush option, which means you can choose to cut or not to cut the meshes outside of the selected placement polygon. Here is option for multiply layers. With this option, switch direction of mesh diagonal, you can mirror the diagonal display of meshes. Clicking on the toggle option, you can access all the text parameters for mesh labeling. Now confirm everything with OK. The mesh reinforcement is placed in the lower layer of the slab element. If you want to enter the opening now, you can use the modify placing geometry command. Or you can use the cut mesh command. The first option works the same as for the rebar reinforcement. If you choose the cut mesh command, just input all points of the edges of the opening and press the escape key to end the command. Keep in mind that this option does not consider the concrete cover. You can see all the meshes and the opening clearly in 3D window, plan view and the section. Thank you for your time and see you in the next video tutorial.